my name is Candace Tickle. I teach first grade at Waters Elementary.
Hi, my name is Lacey Bartlett and I teach academic transition at Waters Elementary.
They could have a combination of these different folders. They could have all three or they could have just one. Every day they will have the folder that has the backpack on it, and that takes everything home with them and they bring it back the next morning, and this folder stays in their desk. This is our School Tuesday folder, and this is for all the notes that come home on Tuesday, and they go home and Mom and Dad read it and they bring it back on Wednesday. So this would go home and come back on Wednesday. This is our discipline folder. It's our pride folder. Talks about our positive behavior support. It also has the table inside that we would mark the discipline on. And this folder will go home on Fridays and come back on Monday.
Having this type of routine helps a kid with special needs because it's very organized, it's visually organized. It shows them what folder is used for what in the classroom. It also helps the parent to know when it's going home, whether it's the behavior folder, the homework folder, or our Tuesday folder.
When the student gathers their folder out of their backpack, they will come to this side of the room to the table, and I will have the buckets laid out on the table, and they will take their pride folder or their discipline folder, and it will have their name on a label up here in the right hand corner, so then I can see at a glance whose folder is missing or who has returned their folders. But they will place their folder then in this bucket here, and this will come back on Monday, so every Monday I will have this bucket sitting here for the students to return their folders. Their Tuesday folder, which is the school-wide folder that goes home on Tuesdays with all the notes from PTA, from the school, graded papers possibly. It will always go home on Tuesday, and it will come back on Wednesday, and they will bring it and place it here. It will as well have a name label on the side with each student's name on it. The backpack folder, the take-home folder, goes home every night and comes back the next day, and each student will take it and place it in their desk every day. This is our SmartBoard, and I will introduce this to my students by telling them first that it is a SmartBoard, but it is basically a large computer monitor that is a touch monitor, so the children can touch it. So as part of our morning routine for all of our students as well as our special needs kids, they will come up and move their name, but first the name has to get on the board, and so we will write our name, and I will show them how I can just write my name on the SmartBoard using one of the pens. And once I've written my name, I'll put the pen down and I will touch my name, and I can move it, I can make it smaller, and I will move it to the choice that I would like to have for lunch that day. This is very visual. It's also very tactile, so students with special needs really feel like they're doing something because they're moving something on the board. And then I can also take this and then print it, and I give my list of my names to the cafeteria workers, and so it makes my lunch time in the cafeteria go a whole lot smoother. After the students have made their lunch choice, then they will come over here to where the pencil sharpener is, and there's going to be a bucket with pencils in it, and they will get a sharpened pencil out that has been pre-sharpened for them. It makes life run a whole lot smoother when you have pre-sharpened pencils. And then they will take the pencil and go to their desk, and I will have already placed morning work on each student's desk each morning, so then they will have the morning work, their pencil, and they're ready to get started. Having a routine, no matter what you do, whether it's in the morning, lining up, going to the restroom, whatever you do, having a routine just makes everything run smoothly. The kids know what to expect. There's no behavior problems because they know exactly what to do, and everything is just organized. Your day runs so much smoother because the kids know what to do. You save time and gives you more instruction time, and that's what we're here for, is the instruction time. So. Good morning, Riley. I'm glad you're here this morning. Do you get your folders out? You know where to put them? Can you show us where to put them? Good job. Can you make your lunch choice? write it really big. Write it really tall. Keep going. What's next? Put your pencil down, put your pen down, touch your name, touch it hard with your knuckle, let off, there you go, kind of knock on it, like you're knocking on a door, one time. Keep going. There you go. You want to make it smaller? Touch it. Now drag that up just a little bit. Like this way. Like this way. Ready? There you go. Now scoot it over and put it right there. Use your knuckle. There you go. Awesome. Give me 5. Okay, what's next? You need to go get. What do you have to do your morning work with? A pencil. A pencil. Can you go get it? When you're done. Remember, your paper's over here. There you go. Good job. Can you write your name on your paper?
No.
Can you try? Maybe. Maybe. This is one that comes from part of our positive behavior support, setting expectations for different types of work. This one is group work, independent work, partner work, and then we have an arrow that we would put on whatever work area it is that we're working on at that time. Each one has the voice level that you would expectation that you want the kids to do at that time. So from 1 to 0, back to 1 again. And we practice, this is one of the things we practice at the beginning of the year, what a 0 voice level is like, what a 1 voice level is like, what a 2, and what a 3. Voice levels look like, sound like, and we do a lot of that looks like, sounds like. Then this is, if they need help, are they going to ask your group? Are you going to make a signal? What's your signal? Are you going to ask your partner? Okay, then this is also kind of more your activity. What are you doing? Are you signaling like an answer, yes or no? Are you working on an assignment? You're working together? Are you working with a partner? What your hands and feet look like? Are they still? Where should they be during that activity? Should you remain where you are? Do you get up to turn in your assignment? And again, what your hands and feet look like. Do you have to get up to get your supplies? And when you complete, when is the point in the expectation that you're going to complete work? If in this one, partner work, you're going to stay seated until your supplies come to you, and then you're going to complete your work. So all kinds of different expectations for different types of work, different activities. But this visual helps the general ed as well as the special ed students, because it gives them, you know, a pictorial and a word representation, and also the fact that we've gone over these, we know, and so they can just visually just look right here and follow exactly, you know, what they're doing for the activity.
As the special education teacher, it's my job to help facilitate, to help the students be successful in the general education classroom. Part of what I do is I make visuals for the desk so that the teacher can just walk over here and point to a visual if they're misbehaving or they need them to ask a question or answer a question. They can just point to what they want. Visuals are the key. They help our students to be successful in the classroom. We also make up a little work system that tells them step by step, what they're supposed to do for the activity that they're working on at their desk. Now, for instance, if this one was that they need to write their name, color, cut, and glue, then we would put this card on. We might have other cards for other work systems, whether they needed to write their name, answer the questions, then go put it in the turn-in folder, and then come back and sit down. We would sit that card on the desk. These are our blurts. This is when our students talk out of turn. And without raising their hand, if they do that, they're going to pull their blurt. When they've pulled all three, then it's a write-up in their behavior folder to go home to their parents. This way they get 3 chances before, they have the write-up. And then each desk has a name tag where their name will be written, but it's also a reference for them because it has the shapes and the 100 chart and the alphabet and colors. It's just something to help them with their work throughout the day. As we go on, if more students need different things, I will use my board maker CD to make those. Something we made last year was a little boy had trouble and he would always be chewing on his fingers. So I made a hand that we put on his desk, actually on the side of his desk down here so no one else could see it. And every time he'd chew on his finger, he'd have to pull a warning off of it. So he had 5 chances. After the 5th chance, he would have a write-up in his folder. And I think after the first week of using that, it really started cutting down on him chewing on his fingers. So any type of visuals that the general education teachers need to use, that is my job to provide those for them.
What's the biggest challenge for inclusion instruction?
Probably the teachers working together.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just because you're used to working with like people on your team, or in your subject area, but it's hard, or could be hard, for some to give a little maybe of their classroom, and so maybe you're used to your world, and for some it might be hard to to give a piece of that away to if you're talking about some of the implementation that we've heard about where the teacher comes in and plans with that teacher and then team teaches and that kind of thing. To me, I look at it as some fresh new ideas, a fresh pair of eyes, somebody to brainstorm with and build off of, and I've always looked at working with other people like that, and Lacey's one that we've always been able to just bounce back and forth and build an idea, and so then whatever you're doing for your kids is so the better because you had 2 viewpoints and 2 looks at it instead of just one.
Right. And we are moving to the co-teach model where it is the special education teacher goes into the classroom and teaches some of the class. And I guess for me that's exciting because when you pull groups and you're working like one-on-one or one-on-two all day and then you get to go stand in front of a whole class, that's pretty exciting to me. And I think Candace and I have been doing that since I came here. I mean, there's times that I walk into a room and I'm like, okay, just tell me what we're doing, and I go with it. And
we just start a conversation across the kids, and the kids pick up on it, about whatever we're doing, and it just kind of flows in.
But it's not as hard. It's not as easy for some teachers to do that. You have some teachers that it's their classroom and they want to teach their class. And so in order to go in there and say, hey, I'm in here at this time, could I help pick up the class? Or I've got several teachers are starting to kind of see, hey, she could do this for me while I go and help the students or pull a group, or I'm in there to pull a group if needed to help work with students. So it's coming down the pike, and we're all just trying to learn. It works on socialization and getting the special needs kids in the bigger classrooms, because that's what they're going to have to get used to. And you hear some parents say, well, I think that they just do better in a smaller class. Well, what are your goals for them after high school? Well, their goals are college, and well, we need to prepare them for college, and college they have bigger classes, and so we need to get them out there and be working on socialization. And that's where I think it's very important to have the co-teach model, where I can be in there, because if something comes up, then that's where you take that moment and you model or you facilitate that social skill, whatever is needed, or the academic skill, whatever is needed at that time. But it's very important because it gets them ready for after school. I mean, they're not always going to be in a small setting.